He probably will grow up to be a featherweight or even a lightweight. I'm anxious to see him work.
Interestingly, Morales told us yesterday his boxing heroes are Ray Leonard, Thomas Hearns, Ruben Olivares. Did not list Julio Cesar Chavez among his favorites.
Morales is instantly showing that he's got the power.
How, George?
You start a fight off, let him taste what you got first.
Hard right hand lead by Alberto Martinez. A little bit of a slow start by both fighters. Morales not yet releasing the jab. Steps in and kind of paws with it. Alberto Martinez told us yesterday he's going to go in and try to swarm the young fighter and get an early knockout. So far, he has been considerably more conservative than he would have indicated to us he was going to be.
And when you're fighting a guy who's a little taller than you are, you make him, he's got the advantage with the left jab. You make him throw that jab, just miss over and over. Finally, he stops putting his power onto it, and you take advantage of countering.
So the quick left-right combination by Morales. Now he kind of chops with the right hand. Martinez getting a look at him, lands another right hand lead.
Keep that punch up.
Nady's warning was to Martinez, who threw the first real body punch of the bout. Good left-right combination by Martinez. Morales with a little bit of a slow start here in round one, George.
But he's established that he has the power here.
Hard right hand by Morales landed flush. Martinez still coming forward.
Once you tell a guy in the first or second round, hey, I can hit and I can hit hard, then the other guy think I better hold back a little bit. Then you're able to establish a good left jab when you get the other guy holding back because of the fear of your power.
This time Morales blocks the right hand lead and blocks those lefts with his glove as he backs up into the ropes.
You can see why he liked Sugar Ray Leonard. Many Latino fighters we've talked to cite Ray Leonard as their model or hero. It's interesting.
Good hard left hook in close by Erik Morales. Trained and managed by his father. He's got a younger brother, Diego, who he says has the inside track to be the bantamweight representative on the Mexican Olympic team next year.
His father fought over 60 professional fights.
Martinez off balance there. Morales stepped in and landed a left hook. And they trade punches as round one comes to a close. Told us yesterday he thinks of himself as a very good body puncher. Didn't go to the body much in round one. Let's see if he concentrates more on that in the second.
Can he go to the body? He stands outside, George, and he's against a little guy with a little body. It's kind of hard to get body shots from out there.
And you start going and miscalculating his body, you're going to end up being called for a lot of low blows. So he's going to have to be conservative with it for a while until he gets the other guy a little reluctant.
Two jabs land for Morales. Martinez beginning to shorten up his punches just a little bit, having tasted, as you pointed out, George, Morales' power. Good short left hand again by Morales.
Morales is starting to act like a matador. He jabs, and then he holds his position, let the other guy moves around as he jabs, keeping that right hand ready to deliver in the middle of the ropes, in the middle of the ring.
On a couple of occasions, Morales has shown a good counter-punching ability.
In boxing, we call it the matador. You jab, and you take a short step to your left. Control the middle of the ring. You don't need it if you got the height advantage. You don't need to go to the ropes.
Martinez less effective in this round as he withdraws a little bit in the face of Morales' power.
Morales, the first left jab right in the middle of the stomach. So he is a good body puncher. It takes a lot of nerve to jab to the body.
You wouldn't want to make a habit of it, would you, George?
Well, you see, once you start jabbing to the body, you got a tendency to bend your chin down, and the other guy can see it, and so the shorter opponent gets a shot at your head. So you got to do it and then go back and forget it.
But if you can do it and get away with it. There's a psychological factor. It's sort of like running the ball down your opponent's throat in football. It's as if to say, I can do anything to you.
There you are. But the thing is, land that jab to the body and go back to what you were doing so that chin does not get permanently bent down so the other guy can chip you. Get that chin. Because you have the height advantage. Take advantage of it.
Morales goes back upstairs with the jab. Now he turns that jab into a hook and lands it with good effect. Another good left hook inside by Morales, this time on a counter. Much quicker hands than Martinez, and that could ultimately tell the tale. Chopping right hand over the top by Morales. Martinez just not landing much in this round.
We don't often see Mexican fighters throwing the jab quite as crisply or as often as we're seeing this young man.
Very good left jab.
Hard right hand counter by Morales as Martinez was coming in, and Martinez winds up the round wobbly, almost down.
Thank you,
And this is scheduled for 12 rounds in Martinez's corner. His cornermen were trying to persuade him that Morales is running out of gas and can't go more than 3 more rounds. Harold Letterman, you say that the incident at the end of the preceding round should have been scored a knockdown in your view?
Jim, listen to me. Anytime any part of your body except the soles of your feet touch the canvas, this is a knockdown, okay? Erik Morales hit this kid at the very end of the round, just before the bell rang, and his left glove touched the canvas. Therefore, Jay Nady should have scored it a knockdown. You continue to count until the guy gets up. In other words, the bell can't say they're only in the last round. So Jay Nady should have started to count when Alberto Martinez got up. At that point, the round would have been over. But it should have been a 10-8 round.
So we have to assume that Nady didn't see the glove touch the canvas.
I would say so.
At any rate, no knockdown scored for Morales, but nevertheless he appears well in control of the fight tactically as we move toward the midpoint of round 3.
I'm sure that the referee can see the blood, however, on both fighters' trunks. I think it's coming from Martinez's nose.
Martinez got the less of the reach, and he's fighting on the outside. I don't understand that.
Right hand landed there for Morales. Go ahead, George.
If you want to fight a guy like that, you got to stay on the inside. If you're not landing really effective punches, just stay there anyway. Good things can happen, but on the outside, you can only get clipped. Right hands, left hooks.
Morales was able to double up inside with the left hook a couple of minutes ago. That's good-looking stuff. Very relaxed in there for a 19-year-old fighter, George.
19, is he?
19. They turned pro 3 years ago.
19 about a week ago.
He is as cool as a cucumber. That's hard to imagine, 19 years old with that much savvy.
Well, comes from a boxing family. As Larry pointed out, his father had 68 fights himself in Mexico.
Now you see Martinez, he's there landing good shots. They're not hurting the guy, but you inside and he's not hitting you. So why move away?
Right hand just missed for Morales. Hard right hand by Martinez, one of his better punches. Morales comes back with a counter right of his own.
Now he can be good. He just got to stay in there throwing short shots. Don't stay on the outside.
Martinez more aggressive again now as round 3 comes to a close.
Don't hold.
It's scheduled for 12 rounds between Erik Morales in the white trunks with blue trim and Alberto Martinez in the white trunks with green trim. Round 3 comes to a close, and here's a word on how you can further.
Martinez, who tells us that he's in law school, so he might have a pretty good mouthpiece on himself as well. And off of what we're seeing here, it would be a good idea for him to finish his studies.
Right now, Morales is filing a fairly powerful brief on Martinez's face, which shows the effects of the rapier left jab, left hook, and right cross of Morales in the first few rounds. Total through rounds 3 rounds, Morales landing 50% of his punches, and down goes Martinez.
And if he's as smart as his education suggests, he'll stay there.
Nady ruling that he was up before 10. I'm not sure Martinez wanted to be up before 10, and Nady gets the message. Impressive performance.
19-year-old boy.
Isn't he something?
There's an outstanding bantamweight in Mexico, a champion.